Hi everyone, I'm Bishop Orley. Welcome to Cyber Witch, your online resource for spiritual development. Please hit like and subscribe for new videos every week. Today we are talking about the science and techniques of how our mind works when we are communicating with spirits to build up our psychic awareness. And we'll be explaining how visualization techniques actually work in developing spiritual manifestation. So you can apply this to any kind of spiritual practice that you're working with, or even if you're just curious about how to develop psychic abilities to open your mind to other dimensions, this is a video for you. So, how can we feel a strong connection to the spiritual parts of ourselves that can make contact with spiritual forces, sense entities, receive messages from the paranormal, or understand any kind of shifts in energy and take spiritual control of our life and our minds? We can apply science to our connection with our cosmic mind and find the answers to this. And this is the occult secret that we will be getting into today. This secret is essential to understanding the gateway that your human body is to other worlds and your own psychic development. And it is extremely important in your life. So the light bringer, Lucifer, wants us to see the messages that are everywhere. And this is a living universe that's always trying to communicate to us. And most people can't see or understand these messages or understand when they're having contact from other entities and or even know what to do to develop techniques to be able to accomplish this. So this is existing in various dimensions that are layered on top of one another. And these layers create us and they create our energetic bodies. They are what give us life and access to occult secrets that are hidden in plain sight by activating parts of your energy that can understand these things that are right in front of you. So, I'm going to talk about one of those secrets today, and you can use this knowledge to empower yourself. Understanding this occult secret to receiving messages from the spirit realm in your life, it starts with understanding basic concepts that we have our fleshy bodies and then also our energetic bodies. And those are our energy, also known as prana, as the yogis call it. And this pranic force is our life force. It has different types of manifestation in different layers. There's the currents of our digestion and our circulatory system and our ability to understand information there, and so much more. I study these things, so I'll make more videos about these important concepts at a later time. But these are how our energetic bodies connect us to the world around us and into our own understanding of ourselves and our spiritual powers and abilities. And so these are concepts that I study in traditional yoga, but they also follow us into the modern world through scientific studies. In Samadhi yoga, we enter into the deep states of meditation where spirit contact and leaving your body can be reached through visualizations, mantras, and concentration techniques that change the way our brains are functioning. Science matters. When we can work directly with our energetic field, we can get right to what we are trying to achieve in spiritual activation. So, our mind, our emotions, what we think about are all essential ingredients to activating spiritual keys. And all of these things are hidden within us. These keys are located within the human brain. And there is a science to this process. Our thoughts are more than abstract concepts, they are energy. Every thought that we generate involves electrical activity in the brain. Neurons communicate through electrical impulses, creating electromagnetic waves, and these waves, though faint, radiate from our brains into the surrounding environment. And according to scientific understanding, thoughts can be considered a form of electromagnetic energy because when neurons in the brain fire, they generate electrical signals which are measurable in electromagnetic fields. So, and these fields can be detected by technologies like EEG, and essentially, it's translating thought activity into a detectable energy, and these have different patterns. And so, this is the basis for theories that propose consciousness arises from the brain's electromagnetic field. And we can see this physically in studies. And so the key points of this concept are our neural activity in our brain generates EM fields. When neurons communicate, they produce electrical impulses that generate a surrounding electromagnetic field. So that's how our brain waves interacts with everything around us in the living universe. And this can be studied and seen visually in these charts. And so when neurons communicate, they produce impulses and they generate a surrounding electromagnetic field. And we can measure our brain's activity to detect these electromagnetic fields. And this allows us to study the brain's activity associated with thoughts. And this is also why when we're doing rituals or praying or being mindful of our thoughts and working on ourselves and healing, we really can see how what we think about and what we focus on actually has a lot of effect on our spiritual abilities. And this goes into the concept of visualization in any kind of prayer or spiritual practice and how it actually works, because it is using these waves that our brain is creating to interact with the world around us. And so there is an electromagnetic theory of consciousness, and scientists theorize that the brain's electromagnetic field is the actual seat of our consciousness, where thoughts and experiences are encoded as patterns of energy. One of the methods that we teach involves visualizing the color violet for spiritual protection and purification of the energy field. And people have asked, why? Why are we telling people who are interested in helping their spiritual energy to visualize violet? And there's a reason for that that follows science. And so that is the color violet is the highest frequency within the physical vibration, which defines our physical existence, just as red or deeper versions of brown depict the lower vibrations of physical reality, depending on the wavelength and the frequency of what is closer to physical vibration versus spiritual vibration. So violet is a spiritual vibration which strengthens your spiritual bodies and filters out any lower vibrational frequencies. And this is scientifically done through accessing that color and manifesting it through the power of your brain waves. And in some modes of thought, white is used as a protection color and cleansing, but the reason why we don't use white and advise against it is white is too high of a vibration for the physical reality. So that is why we use violet. And Lucifer is the light bringer because he creates all frequency levels and thoughts. And we can look at this as light and the entire spectral map, which includes frequency levels, including radio, internet, microwave, remote control, and all these other frequencies, including the light spectrum. And even though humans can only see small fractions of light, our strengthened spiritual awareness increases our ability to pick up on these frequencies. So everything that you visualize creates an electromagnetic pulse within the brain of frequencies, and that interacts with the living universe around you and various dimensions on many levels simultaneously. So, when we can feel a frequency in our brain, we are getting closer to manifesting it because the power of our emotional bodies and bringing the concept of feeling into our visualization process to activate the energetic properties of it. Because feelings are also important because they create a certain magnetic charge. And this is why in my training as a yoga teacher in traditional yoga philosophy really heavily lies on our feelings and our emotions and having control over them so they are aligned with a spiritual perspective and not the illusions trying to control you through them, and you harness that and take it back for yourself. And this gets us to the biggest part of today's secret that I'm talking about. And some of you have probably heard about this before, but it is such a well kept secret that most people that are into spirituality and the occult really kind of gloss over it and don't realize how big of a deal this actually is because it's just hidden in plain sight. And so this is hidden through historical iconography and architecture, and it is the pineal gland. This is the receptor and transmitter of our spiritual vibrational signals. The pineal gland looks like a pine cone and is the secret place that holds the keys to our spiritual activation. So much mind control done on humans involves the control of our pineal gland. And this is why we will see it depicted over and over again through different historical artworks, and it's all right there. So, the pineal gland in our brain acts as an antennae for our consciousness into our physical bodies. This is the inner light when we close our eyes, known for activating during DMT or when we are sleeping or going through the process of death. And aside from that, though, of course, we can activate our pineal gland through meditation, and especially in darkness, vibrating mantras. So, our thoughts produce electromagnetic energies, and our pineal gland is what picks up on them and also transmits them. So, it's like the radio antennae for those frequencies. And this is also important in how these energies affect our energy bodies and ourselves in general, and our health and our life and how we feel. Not just the etheric body, but the astral body, the emotional body from here, because all these things affect our thoughts, and the mind plays into the mental body and the physical body, and they all go together. And so people's pineal glands can become calcified due to what frequencies your brain picks up on and how it affects you and your energy body. So those are doing things like doom scrolling, filling your mind with a bunch of just brain rot, filling your mind with things that are not good for you, but being around various frequencies. And also, of course, things like your diet and your physical activity and your overall health all play into this. And society is really set up in a way where things are designed to try to calcify our pineal gland as much as possible. So you can actually work on clearing that up to help your psychic development. And vibrations from diet and lifestyle affect it. So the projected images in your brain and your mind can be polluting your brain and stop you from thinking clearly. And so it's affected by our health and exposure to toxic environments. So it can be decalcified through becoming healthier by your lifestyle and what you are exposed to. And you can also improve your health of your pineal gland yourself through your spiritual work on your own energy and your ongoing practice, but also doing things like having healthy fats like walnuts, avocados, drinking distilled water because it clears out any toxins and impurities that the body has when it comes to mineral buildup. And then berries with phytonutrients such as blueberries and blackberries. So, understanding how our energy bodies work and taking care of them, both physically and mentally, is so important to finding our way in life by opening our connection to the spirit world from within ourselves to activate our psychic awareness. I hope that you learned something today, and please share your thoughts about this video, or if you've heard about this before, with everyone in the comments. Thank you so much to all of my patrons and channel members. If you would like to reach me for any of my spiritual work, online video courses that teach spiritual conjure and developing your psychic skills, and also my tarot stuff, that's all linked in the description of this video below. And please subscribe if you're new and give the video a like to help with the algorithm. And I'll see you next time. Bye.